council meeting in the city of Ekurhuleni will today convene to table a no confidence motion against Council Speaker, that's Ntabiseng Tshivhenga. The motion comes as councillors await a legal opinion on whether a no confidence motion in the mayor can be amended by other parties in the council. Get you a sense of what else we know so far. Bring in our reporter, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who's live to us, it seems, from inside the council chambers. And Mbali, we know that the ANC-EFF relationship in Ekurhuleni is, let's call it tenuous, strained. I wonder what impact that relationship would have if the speaker, in fact, were to be removed.
Well, certainly there have been rumors that should the council meeting or the coalition or the relationship, because both parties are not calling this a coalition, however, they call it a relationship. Should this relationship fall apart in the city of Ekurhuleni, there have been rumors that the other coalitions or relationships in other metros in Gauteng could perhaps collapse. However, today, I think the breaking news of the hour is that it seems as though we have two motions today, and that is the motion of no confidence in the mayor as well as the motion of no confidence in the speaker. It's unclear how the ANC would vote. As we remember, the last time they had made a suggestion, or rather had tried to amend that motion of no confidence, which was an indication of the fact that they had intentions of possibly supporting it should the amendment be considered. This time around, it's unclear whether or not they will be supporting the motion or not, really. But I'm joined right now by the city manager of the City of Ekurhuleni, Dr. Imogen Mashazi, who is going to speak to us about the instability and the impact it's had on the running of the City of Ekurhuleni. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I mean, we've seen quite a lot of delays, right, due to the shenanigans that happen inside council. Financial statements possibly not making it on time, and all of that because, you know, it's not possible to table them inside council. But the other issue is service delivery. How has this and the constant change of leadership affected the running of the City of Ekurhuleni?
Yeah, thank you, Mbali, and thank you to the viewers. Well, today's motions, the first motion against the executive mayor is going to have an impact on the administration, especially in terms of service delivery, in case council collapses or in case the motion carries. So if the motion carries, it means we don't have executive. So we don't have MMCs and so forth. So there are items that are supposed to serve today, which will impact on service delivery. Number one is the adjustment budget that needs to serve. And the second one is the appointment of HODs. Remember, most of the contracts are ending. And if these items are not actually entertained during this month, we are going to have a challenge in terms of service delivery because you need HODs to actually run with programs within the city. And you also need a budget to implement projects and programs within the city.
Now, could we then see an increase? I mean, the last time we were here, we generally see protest actions outside of the city every time there's a council meeting. But the one that we saw the last time we were here was one to be remembered, and it almost turned violent as those residents tried to storm inside the building, but law enforcement officials were able to force them back. Are we going to see more of that if service delivery suffers in the process of all of this?
Obviously, communities, the way they communicate with council these days is through protest. And if services are not rendered to them, they have a right to protest. So I'm just worried about the timing. And I think the whip of council, I spoke to him as well as the leader of executive business. They are also worried about items that are supposed to serve post the motion of the executive mayor. But we should wait and see about the outcome. They have actually reassured me that they'll call council in 7 days to ensure that the items that I spoke about serves so that service delivery continues.
Certainly. As the city manager, right, and as someone who has such a huge responsibility on their shoulders, which is the running of the actual city of Ekurhuleni, what message do you have to the councillors in council, and not just the coalition that's in power right now, but all councillors inside here?
Yeah, my message to them is whatever political differences they have, they should always put the residents first. So items that will affect, in fact, service delivery, they should actually consider first before they deal with some political issues within council. So the real message is to say, please consider your residents first, irrespective of your political differences.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. There you have it. That is Dr. Imogen Mashazi speaking to us about the challenges that could emanate from a decision to remove the city mayor, Sivuyile Ngudwana, who has been waiting on that motion of no confidence to be tabled and voted on for 3 council meetings right now. And the city manager saying something quite pertinent about the impact the failure to table an adjustment budget would have on the running of the city and the delivery of services, and calling on those who are in council to consider the needs of the people, and also just raising concern about the increase and the rise of protest actions if services are not delivered to the people, and also just speaking to us about, the difficulties in terms of the change of leadership.